How to never run out of things to say. Many of us have encountered awkward situations where we don't know what to say. This happens not only with strangers, but also with our close relatives. Well, what if we told you there's a way you can stop this from happening again? Whether you call it social or psychological, we have some tips that can turn your awkward encounters into pleasant ones. In this video, we will look at some tips to help you engage better in conversations, whether you're at a party, meeting, or family dinner. We'll also share some reasons why you run out of things to say in the first place. So let's start. Having a smooth conversation is a social skill, and not everyone is an expert at it. It has nothing to do with being an extrovert or an introvert. It has to do with observation, interest, and thinking. If you hold a grip on these things, you can have a smooth, easy conversation with just about anyone. Different situations require a different level of conversation. It can be small talk, talk about work, or just heartwarming love talk. With our tips, you can be an expert in all of them. But the first thing to do is to know why you're meeting the person. Is it a friend, first date, or just a momentary meeting? You have to determine what kind of relationship you want to have with that person. If it's a friend, the conversation will be easy and go flawlessly. If it's a first date, you need to ask them questions, make small talk, and ask about their interests. And finally, if it's a meeting, you can just comment on the weather, discuss the work, and go on your merry way. Not so difficult, right? Let's explain to you in more detail. Number 1. Use the reminds me of method. Now, this is a technique we've learned from a book. This is how it goes. If someone has just finished telling you about their worst day at school, a fantastic way to keep the conversation going is to simply reply, "That reminds me of," and add your own experience. By doing this, you demonstrate that you are processing the information and relating to it personally, in addition to simply listening to what the other person is saying. And one of the easiest ways to connect is to tell someone a story that is similar to your own. Studies have shown that when we are around people we're familiar with, we tend to feel more at ease. To open up and even fall in love with someone, we must first go on a first, second, and third date with them. Consider this. Which one would you choose? Someone who caused you to feel ashamed to tell a story, or someone who acknowledged your feelings while letting you know that you're not alone by sharing a similar tale with you? When you feel your words are drying up in a conversation, recall the most recent thing the other person said to you and use the phrase, "That reminds me of," and then proceed to tell them what their thoughts or narrative made you think of. There's always a possibility that you have had a similar experience. If it's something you want to be close with, try to share an embarrassing story to build more trust. 2. Pose open-ended inquiries. If you listen to podcasts frequently, you're likely familiar with the idea of open-ended questions. A guest on a podcast can chat nonstop for 10 minutes with only one question. Open-ended questions. We simply ask for more information from the responder than a simple yes or no. And if you understand the underlying idea, any straightforward question can be transformed into an open-ended one. For instance, ask someone, "Did you like your time in Nigeria?" Instead of just yes or no, which only requires a basic response. Make the question more conversational by rephrasing it. You could put it this way: "What did you think of the people there? Nigeria must have been quite an experience for you. What country did you like or dislike the most?" Or, "Why did you choose to travel to Nigeria out of all the nations in the world?" These inquiries provide the other person with the opportunity to provide context for what they're saying. Try this activity the next time you're listening to a podcast. As the presenter questions the guest, pay attention to how the host provides context. They will occasionally even go so far as to tie a personal experience to the topics they're posing. By doing this, they allow their guest to fully understand the question. Another thing is observation and interest. You should be curious when you talk to others. Be genuinely interested in the specifics of their tale. When you're paying attention to the details, open-ended questions will come effortlessly to you. Pay attention to their answers so you can use them in conversation next time you meet. 3. Employ the compliment strategy. The next technique is known as the compliment strategy. Do you know how when you first meet someone with a good body, you automatically assume they work out frequently? Saying it out loud is a compliment strategy. We constantly engage in it, however unintentionally, and studies show that we frequently underestimate the power of those simple compliments. This tactic is not only a simple way to keep the conversation going and encourage your partner to talk more, but it also makes people feel good about themselves, particularly if the thing you're congratulating them on holds special meaning for them. For instance, if you're a person who has a nice pair of shoes on, you could say, "You seem to know a lot about fashion," instead of just saying, "nice shoes." The amazing part about this technique is that you can still simply explain to someone why you believe they're good at something, even if they claim to know nothing about it. If someone says they don't know anything about fashion, you can simply say, "How are your shoes so great if you don't know anything about fashion?" Now, this can lead to a whole new conversation of them telling you where they bought the shoes, their price, and so on. There's no way to lose with this tactic. When there's a long pause in a conversation, you should ask revival questions. They're intended to provoke a response from the other party. They're similar to open-ended questions in that they can be used in any situation. You only need to be aware of them beforehand. For instance, "So what's your story?" It's open-ended and can have endless possibilities. It's so general that in most situations, the person you're speaking with will continue by asking which aspect of their lives you're interested in learning more about. But that's the point. It's now your turn to take it step by step and slowly unpack what they've put out for you when they start asking you whether you're interested in their careers, childhoods, dreams, or love lives. Note down some revival questions before gatherings. For instance, you may start the discussion by asking, "How did y'all come to know each other?" if you've just been introduced to a group of friends and there's an awkward pause after your introduction. You get the idea of where we're going with this. Early homework never lets you down in life. 5. Change the lead. It takes more than one person to keep a conversation interesting, which is why it's called a dialogue. Allow the other person to contribute every so often to keep the conversation moving. If you've had a good time talking to them, they'll probably feel compelled to stay and learn a lot about you. Energy is the most vital thing to consider. A discussion can only be enjoyable if the participants are genuinely interested in talking to one another. No approach can make the conversation worthwhile if you're the only one who's interested. Also, if you only talk about yourself, the other person will lose interest in you. Keep a balance between the two. 6. Don't overthink. The majority of people find themselves at a loss for words. They decide not to speak about everything that comes to mind because they believe it to be uninteresting or unrelated to the current topic. That's a big mistake. If you don't discuss it, how would you know that the other person doesn't care about what you're talking about or thinks your point of view is strange? Overthinking is usually the cause of silence and awkward situations. Learn to filter your speech as little as possible while maintaining social awareness to avoid saying something socially unpleasant. Well, this ends the video for today. We hope these tips will help you gain confidence in engaging in conversation. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like these. See you in the next video.